All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. If you hold Bitcoin, you're going to want to see this. You're going to like this. We've been leveled off for the last two and a half weeks at around $10,700. Last night, leveling off around $10,600. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has been soaring, now leveling off in the mid to low 11,000s. Now, why is Bitcoin pumping? You can always come to this channel. We break the market down each and every day, keeping you informed. I also want to share with you the latest altcoin news involving Yearn Finance, Basic Attention Token, TrustSwap, Synthetix, and much, much more. So, like always, let's jump in. Why did we see this $800 pump in the last 24 hours? Well, Bitcoin just had a massive short squeeze. So sometime Bitcoin pumps fundamentally, as we've been seeing investors accumulate, and sometimes derivatives exchanges, in this case BitMEX, I believe, force the price. So this is a 5-minute candle, and short squeezes happen, or I should say pumps like this happen in times of low volatility. And looking at Bitcoin over the last 2 weeks, we have seen low volatility, thus explosion. So what happened here? Well, let's check in with Rekt, the BitMEX liquidation bot, automatically records and reports, and late last night, a liquidated short on XBT/USD, so Bitcoin against the US dollar, they report by 2,500,000 plus contracts at over $11,400. Now, I am not a trader, so traders in the audience, share your perspective down below in the comments. But I believe what this means is that there were over 2 million contracts betting that the price of Bitcoin would go lower. The price of Bitcoin didn't go lower. We went higher, and thus those 2 million contracts betting against Bitcoin got liquidated, pushing the price up. So, I'll take it. Bitcoin's price is soaring into the weekend, and I'll take it. Let's keep going. Let's talk about some of the top altcoin investments making news. Make sure you check the timestamps down below in the description. First altcoin making news is Synthetix. Synthetix is a decentralized token trading platform. You can trade real-world assets. No longer do you need traditional middlemen or financial systems. You trade them 24/7, stocks, commodities, anything. This is one of the juggernauts in DeFi. And their biotite product release is now live. Here are all the dApp updates and improvements for this week. So if you hold Synthetix, let me give you the rundown. First up is the new synth icons, giving you a clearer sense of what each synth is representing with a neat tie back to the synthetic protocol. So check this out. If you're trading these assets, the British pound, gold, XRP on Synthetix, the UI just got way better. And look at these. Some are green, some are red. The green represents long positions that you take on these assets, and the red represents short positions that you take. The full list can be accessed on GitHub. And again, maybe these aren't the most major updates, but if you're asking yourself which altcoins are going to do well in the next 1 to 2 years, I believe it's the altcoins making the innovations, the optimizations now. So they had this visual brand overhaul, way easier to understand for people like me, the common user. There was also the Synthetix liquidation alerts in Minter. Now we're getting a little more complicated here. Basically, there's now an added liquidation ratio, which alerts all stakers as to what the current liquidation ratio is for the SNX stakers. If you're a trader, you understand this best. The other big optimization, though, is ETH loan user interface. You can now partially adjust your ETH loans and liquidations. So what this does, this allows ETH stakers to now make partial adjustments on their loans, either adding or removing ETH or repaying part of their debt. It can also be partially liquidated. I'm going to link this down below. As we get more information on Synthetix/DeFi, I will keep you updated. Next piece of partially breaking news for Yearn Finance. Their creator, Andre Cronje, says he officially quit the project. He has officially quit DeFi. And I say partially breaking news because in a way, we all saw this coming. He has been voicing his frustrations in the last few weeks. But now we have a direct quote. "I'm not building anything at all anymore," he told CoinDesk over Telegram on October 1st. "I do it because I'm passionate. But if people are going to use my test environments, then lose money, and then hold me liable, it means there is zero upside and only risk for me. So it sounds like this was a man who was maybe truly in it for the tech, but he just got tired of people yelling at him about price. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, if this is from October 1st, how is this partially breaking news? Well, this story, this quote, just got shared today. This is a complicated piece of news for a reporter to share. You see, Cronje told CoinDesk of his decision over Telegram on October 1st, and then asked us not to report it. Now, this falls outside of the typical protocol for reporters and sources. You see, off the record has to be stipulated up front. And yet, we also appreciate that Cronje felt himself under enormous stress, thus we held off reporting. So, the last 2 weeks, his Twitter handle's been pretty silent, people were suspecting, and over that time frame, word had begun to trickle out about Cronje's move, despite denial from the Yearn Finance team, and then eventually it's no longer in the public's interest to withhold this information if it's pretty obvious. He gave his official word at the beginning of this month. He is done. Now, Yearn Finance's token, Wi-Fi, lives on. People are using the protocol, and it's valued right now at $500 million market cap. Very interesting. I'll keep you updated. Okay, next piece of news for Basic Attention Token. Brave is now the top-rated browser on the Google Play Store, beating out all the main rivals, including Google Chrome, in its own goddamn Play Store. What are the exact stats? With a rating of 4.8 stars out of 5 from over 238,000 total reviews, Brave has gained a serious advantage over the competition, edging out Chrome, Firefox, and many others by a notable margin. Interesting. Now, why do you think so many people are not only choosing Brave browser, but liking it and reviewing it? Well, we know that it not only lures users in with crypto-based rewards, right? You can earn Basic Attention Token freely every day by viewing ads. But it doesn't track you. It doesn't harvest your data. And this is a big fundamental sign if you like Basic Attention Token. Okay, I want to talk about Ethereum. But first off, major news for TrustSwap. Smart swaps are now live on their website. This offers exactly what they promise, peer-to-peer non-custodial swaps, and also much more utility. So let's go over this. It offers peer-to-peer swaps and also dethroning the send 1 ETH, I'll send 10 back scam. Let's talk about it. If you've used the Smart Swap, comment below, let us know your thoughts. But anyone seeking an instant, trustless trade with a stranger can now use TrustSwap Smart Swap services to avoid getting scammed. And obviously, if anybody ever offers you the obvious scam of, hey, send me 1 ETH, I'll send you 10 back, you just say, okay, we'll both put them in a non-custodial smart contract. We'll agree on the terms. And if we both deposit, yeah, I'll take that deal every time. Anyway, let me know what you think. Okay, next piece of news for Ethereum-based DeFi. We know that it stole the show in Q3 of 2020. CoinGecko put out a report. I want to take you through a few key slides like this and share with you my takeaways. So DEXs, Uniswap and Curve dominated with an 80% market share while others struggled. So this lists out all the decentralized exchanges, Kyber, Sushi, Curve, Uniswap from July, August, and September. Let's look at Kyber, for example, had a 7% share of DEXs in July, down to 1% 2 months later. Now, Kyber had a lot of things going for it, and many people I've seen ask the question, why isn't Kyber sort of living up to the hype that we were all excited about 2-3 months ago? They're both DEXs. You can swap tokens on both. But in my opinion, Uniswap is the one that's truly decentralized, because on Uniswap, you can list any token at any time regardless, which is why there's a lot of scams on Uniswap too. That comes with a DEX. As opposed to Kyber, there is a screening process from their leadership to be able to list a token. Now, I'm not saying which is better, which is worse, but the market clearly did, and the ones that were the most decentralized won out. Very interesting. Let me know what you think. The last slide I'll show you is we saw DeFi. While they say yield farming was the big craze that we all just witnessed, they're saying the next one to expect is NFT and yield farming show potential as the next big thing. NFT-related tokens rise in value and innovation. They list a few specific ones. NFT protocols such as Aave Gachi and Shroom.finance release NFT-based projects with innovative twists such as collateralized NFTs and rarity farming. Whoa, so a mix of yield farming and NFTs. And we've seen some of the surge already in 400% in rarity, a 62x in meme token. So be on the lookout. As we get more NFT news, I'll make a video. I'll keep you updated. Okay, let me know what you think down below in the comments. See you tomorrow.